Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the awards ceremony for the New Haven Regional Contest. My name is Rebecca Tabor. I'm the state coordinator for Connecticut History Day, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to today's awards ceremony. To start off with, I'd like to introduce Nikita Waller, who was our state troubadour of 2019 as she sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, Nikita, for the beautiful music. As you know, Connecticut History Day is one of 58 affiliate programs of National History Day, and it's managed by the organization that I work for, the Connecticut Democracy Center. We're fortunate to receive major funding and work in partnership with our friends at Connecticut Humanities, and I'm pleased to introduce Dr. Jason Mancini, who is the Executive Director of Connecticut Humanities.
Welcome to the awards ceremony for Connecticut History Day. I'm Dr. Jason Mancini, and I'm the Executive Director at Connecticut Humanities. On behalf of my Board of Directors and staff, I congratulate all of the History Day participants and award winners. Connecticut Humanities loves Connecticut History Day, so much that we've recently invested more funding in our partnership so that more kids in more Connecticut communities can participate. The founding legislation for the National Endowment for the Humanities states that democracy demands wisdom. Indeed, it does. It also demands that we be able to discuss our thoughts and ideas, even if we don't agree. The theme of History Day this year, Debate and Diplomacy in History, Successes, Failures, Consequences, is urgently needed as our nation and our world learn to navigate some of the most pressing issues of our time. As participants in this program, you have learned about how others in history have overcome obstacles, found ways to compromise, had successes or made mistakes, and learned from the challenges. One day, in the not too distant future, you will be our leaders and our decision makers. What lessons have you learned that will make our world, our democracy, better, stronger, and more resilient? At Connecticut Humanities, we applaud you for the work you're doing as part of Connecticut History Day. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Mancini. It's now my pleasure to introduce a congratulations video from our Lieutenant Governor.
I'm Susan Weissowitz, Lieutenant Governor of Connecticut. I'm so happy to be able to speak to you on this special and important occasion. On behalf of Governor Lamont and me, we'd like to wish everyone a happy Connecticut History Day. I also want to extend my most heartfelt congratulations to our state's History Day participants. I know that for all the students here today, this project took months of work and dedication. Regardless of who advances on to the state contest, you should all be proud of yourselves and what you have accomplished. Even for those who do not advance forward, Connecticut history has so much to offer. Today marks a day of historical exploration and creative expression for many students. This is truly an example of a time where the journey matters just as much, if not more, than the destination. By that, I'm referencing how it is impressive to see so many middle and high school students eager to learn about our history and engage in research and scholarship. This program allows students and teachers to come together from all over the state, as well as museums and scholars, to support young people contributing to learning and history. It's exciting to see students share what they're passionate about while extending their range of interests and teaching others to analyze history. History allows us to have a better understanding of the world. Through it, we learn how past societies, governments, ideologies, and cultures developed. We can also analyze how they may have operated and changed over time. History informs us about our past world and life while shedding light on both the future and the present. Through this program, students can become more well-rounded people by understanding historical identities, learning from past mistakes, and being inspired to change the world for the better. For example, a personal role model of mine is someone from Connecticut's history, our state's first elected female governor, Ella Grasso. The history of the world and where we live helps us paint a detailed picture of where we stand today. Historical figures we admire can also inspire us to dream bigger and to achieve our goals. I hope you will continue your work with history. We need your great ideas to keep us moving forward. Good luck to those participating in the regional contest, and thank you to the Connecticut Democracy Center for hosting this program. Happy Connecticut History Day.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Bysewicz. As we get started, I'd like to first congratulate all of the students who took part in the New Haven Regional History Day contest. The last few years have not been easy ones, so we congratulate you for your perseverance in finishing your project and all the great research that was done. I'd also like to thank all of the teachers who supported students in their History Day journey, and I'd like to thank all of the judges, some of whom joined us from across the country as they judged the virtual contest. We've missed seeing all of you, and we are very hopeful that we'll be back together in person in 2023. One of the most fun aspects of my job is the opportunity to work with our great team of regional coordinators. I'd like to introduce our regional coordinator for New Haven, Khalil Kutap, who is also the Director of Education at the New Haven Museum, to say a few words.
Thank you, Rebecca. I'm Cleo Kotap, the Director of Education at the New Haven Museum, and myself and the staff want to congratulate all the students that participated. I know this year going virtual was difficult, but I think the projects that came out were really well done, and we want to thank all the teachers, staff, parents that helped the students put together these projects, and looking forward to seeing you guys again, like Rebecca said, in person, hopefully next year. Thank you.
For all of the students whose names we announced today, in other words, finishing at the top 3 of each category, you will be eligible to participate in the state contest, and we'll get that information out to you. But now let's get on to the part of the program that you really care about, which is announcing the winners. So we're going to start with the paper category. And I just want to say, if we mispronounce your name or your title or your teacher's name, please forgive us. We're doing the best we can. So in junior papers, in 3rd place, the project is Choosing Sides, the Lincoln-Douglas Debates, Slavery and the Making of Modern America by Azealia Diener, a student at Worthington Hooker School in New Haven, and the teachers are Carla Desert Lewis and Elizabeth Hart. In 2nd place, the project is Concord, Success, Debate, Then Failure, a controversial past and a promising future, how circumstances led to the fall of the most supersonic plane. The student is Henry Mate, and Henry is a student at Worthington Hooker School. The teacher is Kristen Ben. And in first place, also from Worthington Hooker School, the project is Divergent Paths, How the Japanese Exclusion Act of 1924 transformed the debate on U.S.-Japan relations. And the student is Monsi Han. Moving on to senior papers. In third place, the project is The Fight for Reproductive Rights by Jalen Bennett. Jalen is a student at Wilbercross High School, and the teacher is Al Meadows. In second place, the project is Army Alpha, The Unintended Consequences of the Implementation of Intelligence Testing in the U.S. Military. The student is Jeff Kim, and Jeff is a student at Choate Rosemary Hall. This teacher is Janet DeLeon. And in first place, the project is The Complex Legacy of the Iran Hostage Crisis by Lucina O'Brien. Lucina is a student at the Engineering Science University Magnet School in East Haven, and the teacher is Jacqueline Levesque. Now I'll turn it over to Khalil.
Thank you, Rebecca. So I'm going to start with junior group documentaries. And in first place, our project is Start of the Nuclear Age, the Bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Students James Hunter and Oliver Hayter at Worthington Hooker School. Teacher Eden Stein. Moving on to our junior individual documentary. In third place, we have The Patching of Rwanda by Gabriel Forstorm from Worthington Hooker School. Teachers, Kristen Ben. Our second place is States' Rights by Turner Bowles, again from Worthington Hooker School. Teacher, Kristen Ben, Eden Stein, and Elizabeth Hart. And in first place in junior individual documentary, Sebastian Benici. I can neither confirm or deny the title of this documentary from Worthington Hooker School. Teachers Kristen Ben, Eden Stein, and Elizabeth Hart. We're moving on to senior individual documentaries. In second place, The Compromise of 1877, A Failed Promise by Cassius Morgan Coe from Wilbur-Cross High School. Teacher is Al Meadows. And in first place, The Treaty of Versailles, a treaty made to target Germany or post-World War problems. Student Tiana Cruz from Wilbur-Cross High School. Teacher Al Meadows. And moving on to junior group performance. In second place, Women's Suffrage by Sienna Schumacher and Aaliyah Bright from Worthington Hooker School in New Haven. Teacher Eden Stein and Kristen Ben. And our first place winner is Women's 19th by Nadia Canton-Wine, Anna Mensch-Nazarelia, I'm sorry, Iris Baden-Eversman, and Maria Dela Cruz from Worthington Hooker School. Teacher Carla DeSer-Lewis. Moving on to our next topic is senior group performance. In first place, Debate, Defeat, and the Legacy of Dream, the 1831 proposed Black College in New Haven by Elias Theodore and Lily Gorin at Wilbur-Cross High School. Teacher Al Meadows. Moving on to junior group exhibit. Our first place winner is Twin Studies in Nature versus Nurture, What Makes You You by Anna Kim and Willow Oliveira from Worthington Hooker School. Teacher Kristen Ben. Moving on to senior group exhibit. In second place, Frank Camini, Morally Debating the Gay Rights Movement by, I apologize for this one, Nathia Nella Kitty and Kate Hahn from Middlebury at Pomperaug Regional High School, teacher Sharon Wodarczyk. And in first place, Claire Booth Luce by Charlotte Gorey and Marcia Colton from Wilbur-Cross High School, teacher Al Meadows. And in junior individual exhibits, Will Rising Voices Hurt Our Own? The Balance Between Free Speech and Reputations. Emmy Orinato from Worthington Hooker School, teacher Carla DeSur Lewis. And in first place, The Great Debates of 1858 by Timothy Edwards from Worthington Hooker School, teacher Elizabeth Hart. And I will turn it back over to Rebecca.
Thanks so much, Khalil. We'll finish up with the website category. For junior individual websites, in third place, the project is Silent Spring and the Perspective on Pesticides by Althea Dinkler. And Althea is a student at Worthington Hooker School, and the teacher is Kristen Ben. In second place is The Treaty of Versailles, a 20-year ceasefire by Nicholas Rosenblit, a student also at Worthington Hooker School with Miss Ben. And in first place, the project is Cuban Missile Crisis by Robert Hung. And Robert is a student also at Worthington Hooker School. The teacher is Eden Stein. And all good things must come to an end. Oh, and we're going to do a quick double back to junior group website. In first place is the project Controversy Surrounding the Israel-Palestine Separation of 1947. The students are Maya Harpez-Levy and Raisa Ashan, and they're students with Miss Ben at Worthington Hooker School. And now we are going to get to our very last category to announce, which is senior individual website. In third place, the project is The Discovery of Anesthesia by Woodman Vicuna, a student at East Haven High School. The teacher is Joseph Marangale. In second place is Claude Monet and the Impressionists Cause Debate by Alicia Pratt, another student with Mr. Marangale at East Haven High School. And in first place, to make it a triple win for East Haven, is The Secret War by Christy Pimavong. And Christy is a student also with Mr. Marangale. Thank you to all of the students for your hard work. And for those of you whose name we announced, you are invited to participate in our state contest that is taking place in April. We will be sending out information on how you register for the state contest, and we will be getting medals out to everyone in due course. One thing about the state contest is that, like regionals, it will be virtual, but we are having an in-person event on April the 30th, so you can showcase your work with audience members, and we hope you'll join us for that. I would really like to thank all of the folks who have made today possible, my colleagues at the Connecticut Democracy Center, our partners at New Haven Museum for their continued support of History Day, and to Khalil for all of his support and help this year. And to close out the ceremony, we're going to be joined again by Nikita Waller to close us out with a song. And I want to thank all of you for joining us today. Congratulations to the students and have a great afternoon.
It's a new season, it's a new day. The struggle is over, and we're on our way. A love coming together through the stormy weather. I wouldn't leave you now. I wish you better. So we hit a little hot spot, ooh, and the road got rocky. A little rumble in the jungle sure won't stop nothing. A whole lot of pain in the past, but I'm here to tell you that we gon' make it last as long as there's food on the table and clothes on my back. The house no baby do, but I won't stop loving you. Times may be hard, you gotta go the distance. Baby, you can't resist it, but I won't stop loving you, loving you, loving you, loving you, you know I never leave you. You know I got your back. If you step to the right, you know I fall to the left. Been through too much, I didn't see his plan. You could look at us now, I can truly understand. With time we got better, ain't no stopping us now. I pledge our love is here to stay forever, long as there's food on the table and clothes on our back. The house don't baby do, but I won't stop loving you. Times may be hard, you gotta go the distance. Baby, you can't resist it, but I won't stop loving you. Won't stop loving, won't stop loving, won't stop loving you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Won't stop loving, can't stop loving, won't stop loving you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Won't stop loving. Connecticut Awards 2022, won't stop loving you. All the awesome recipients, won't stop loving. Old State House, Connecticut, we want to say, won't stop loving you. As long as there's food on the table and clothes on our back, the house no baby do, but I won't stop loving you. Times may be hard, you gotta go the distance. Baby, you can't resist it, but I won't stop loving you. Won't stop loving. You sing, won't stop loving, won't stop loving you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Won't stop loving, can't stop loving, won't stop loving you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You can clap your hands on this one.